Welcome to our U.S. briefing program. In today's news, we dive into the thrilling world of the National Women's Soccer League, where Bay FC clinched a victory with a last-minute penalty against Racing Louisville. The Utah Royals managed to hold the Portland Thorns to a goalless draw, shaking up the standings as Bay FC continues to impress as a promising expansion team. Meanwhile, the Washington Spirit's unbeaten streak has come to an end, and the Portland Thorns are struggling with 3 winless games in a row. Don't miss Sunday's exciting matches featuring Gotham FC and Seattle Reign FC, as well as Angel City FC against the Orlando Pride. Another major story we're following involves the families of victims from the Boeing 737 MAX crashes in Indonesia and Ethiopia. They are torn over the possibility of criminal charges against Boeing. Some families believe that the company should face prosecution for negligence resulting in death, while others are skeptical about the likelihood of any executives being punished. The U.S. Department of Justice has until July 7 to decide on the matter, and the outcome could have significant implications for Boeing's future. Finally, we turn to the political arena, where President Biden is reportedly considering dropping out of the 2024 presidential election after a disappointing performance in a televised debate. Senior Democratic figures are concerned about his ability to defeat Donald Trump and are urging him to step down. Biden is said to be planning a discussion with his family at Camp David, but sources suggest he will primarily heed the advice of his wife, Jill Biden. Please stay tuned for more detailed coverage on these stories. Yahoo US, the National Women's Soccer League, NWSL, saw a thrilling Saturday with 3 intense matches. Bay FC edged out Racing Louisville with a late penalty, and North Carolina Courage narrowly defeated Washington Spirit 1-0. The Utah Royals and Portland Thorns battled to a 0-0 draw despite 41 combined shots. The highlight of the night was Ashley Sanchez, who scored the game winner against her former team, leaving goalkeeper Aubrey Kingsbury helpless. Sanchez's haunting celebration, reminiscent of her partnership with Trinity Rodman, captured the emotional weight of the moment. Bay FC's future looks bright, having won 6 matches this season, a notable achievement for an expansion team. Meanwhile, Washington Spirit's unbeaten streak ended, and Portland Thorns continued their winless run. As the season progresses, Gotham FC and Seattle Reign FC are set to clash, followed by Angel City FC taking on Orlando Pride. South China Morning Post: families of the victims from the Indonesian and Ethiopian Boeing crashes are divided over the potential criminal charges against Boeing. Some families, like Bias Ramadhan, hope for justice but remain skeptical about executives facing jail time. Others, such as Anton Sahadi, believe prosecution is necessary for accountability. However, Nuis Marfua, who lost her daughter, feels reopening the case only brings more pain. The crashes, involving Boeing 737 MAX planes, were caused by malfunctions in the MCOS system, which led to fatal nosedives. Despite a 2021 settlement requiring Boeing to overhaul compliance practices and pay penalties, the company allegedly violated these terms. The U.S. Department of Justice has until July 7 to decide on prosecution, but many doubt significant consequences will follow. The emotional toll remains high for families, who continue to grieve their unimaginable losses. Yahoo US, President Joe Biden is set to discuss his re-election campaign with his family at Camp David after a disastrous debate performance that left many Democrats concerned about his ability to defeat former President Donald Trump. Despite public support from party leaders, private doubts persist, with some suggesting Biden should consider stepping down. The decision, deeply personal and familial, hinges on Biden and his wife, Jill. Biden's debate performance, marked by moments of incoherence, has sparked a crisis within the party. Advisors urge staying the course, but the party remains divided into those who support Biden unconditionally, those ready for a change, and those awaiting further developments. With no clear replacement, Biden's potential exit could trigger a chaotic intra-party battle. While Biden insists he is committed to the race, the coming weeks will be crucial in determining his and the party's future. South China Morning Post: Hong Kong has a rich history of resilience and transformation, overcoming numerous challenges such as Japanese occupation, mass immigration during the Chinese Civil War, and financial crises. The city's economy has flourished, with its GDP seeing significant growth since the 1970s. Hong Kong's unique blend of Eastern and Western influences has made it a global hub for entertainment, sports, hospitality, and cuisine. Iconic figures like Bruce Lee and Jackie Chan, along with events like the Hong Kong Sevens, have put the city on the world map. Notably, individuals like Sir Boshan Wei Yuk, who introduced novel banking practices, and my grandfather, who co-founded the construction firm HSIN Chong, have played pivotal roles in building the city's infrastructure and wealth management sectors. Despite uncertainties, Hong Kong's future will be shaped by its current residents, who must leverage the city's heritage to address urgent issues and chart a new path forward. South China Morning Post. Japan is set to release new banknotes featuring historic figures and cutting-edge holography that makes the portraits appear to rotate in 3D, marking the first design change in 20 years. The new 10,000 yen, 5,000 yen, and 1,000 yen bills will have larger face value numbers and tactile marks for the visually impaired. Eiichi Shibusawa, known as the father of Japanese capitalism, will be on the 10,000 yen note, while educator Yumiko Suda will appear on the 5,000 yen note, and microbiologist Shibasaburo Kitasato will be featured on the 1,000 yen note. The reverse sides will depict iconic images like Tokyo Station, wisteria flowers, and the Great Wave off Kanagawa. By next March, 7.5 billion new banknotes will be printed. Despite Japan's push for cashless payments, cash remains prevalent, with 18.54 billion banknotes in circulation by the end of 2023, equivalent to 8 times the distance between Earth and the Moon. Yahoo US. Noah Lyles is inching closer to his ambitious goal of winning 4 Olympic gold medals, showcasing his prowess at the U.S. track and field trials in Eugene, Oregon. Lyles clinched gold in the men's 200-meter dash with a world-leading time of 19.53 seconds, breaking a 28-year-old U.S. Olympic trials record. This victory, his second gold at the trials, keeps his dream of a sprint double at the Olympics alive. Lyles had to push hard to overtake Kenny Bednarek in the final 25 meters, with Bednarek finishing second in 19.59 seconds. Ariane Knighton secured third place with a time of 19.77 seconds, while Christian Coleman narrowly missed out on an Olympic spot, finishing fourth. Lyles' remarkable performance continues to back up his bold aspirations, making his quest for multiple golds seem increasingly attainable. Yahoo US. As the Copa America Group A drama concludes, Argentina and Canada emerged victorious, while Chile and Peru bowed out. The standout player, Lautaro Martinez of Argentina, has been a revelation, scoring in all 3 group stage matches and securing 2 game winners. His resurgence after a disappointing World Cup has been crucial for Argentina, showcasing the depth of their squad. Meanwhile, Canada, under new coach Jesse Marsh, has proven they can compete on the international stage. Despite a turbulent period, they managed to advance to the quarterfinals, displaying determination and maturity. However, their attacking prowess remains a concern, with just 1 goal in 5 matches under Marsh. On the other hand, Chile, once a powerhouse, is now facing a crisis. With no goals scored and an early exit, questions loom over their future, highlighting a significant decline from their Copa America victories in 2015 and 2016. Yahoo US. In Kenosha, Wisconsin, a unique gathering took place where political differences were not just tolerated but celebrated. At the Braver Angels Conference, over 700 participants from diverse political backgrounds engaged in respectful dialogue, embodying the spirit of compromise and mutual respect. This nonprofit organization aims to depolarize American politics by fostering genuine conversations and understanding. Keynote speakers emphasized the importance of curiosity and listening, drawing parallels to the Constitutional Convention's success. The event featured various activities, including panel discussions and art exhibits, all centered around the theme of constructive discourse. The conference also launched the American Hope campaign, stressing the difference between hope and optimism, and urging political leaders to address polarization. Participants, ranging from teens to octogenarians, shared personal stories and aspirations for a more united America, highlighting the power of dialogue and the need for a collaborative approach to overcome political divides. Thank you for tuning in. The content above showcases the latest briefing reports and analytical synopses, thoughtfully curated by the 6Do team. These insights stem from a wide array of reputable media outlets, think tanks, government sources, and specialized experts worldwide. We encourage you to explore these sources for a comprehensive perspective. Keep in mind that while the content may not always align with the official standpoint of 6Do Brief, it's not meant to be taken as absolute directives for decision-making. Comprising seasoned media professionals, learned scholars, and accomplished scientists, the 6Do team embodies a trailblazing, fully independent media entity. To customize 6Do Brief to meet your professional needs, you have the option to subscribe to a diverse array of briefings on our website, 6dobrief.com. Regardless of your location, you can conveniently receive 6Do Brief via email.